Welcome back to Resistance Chicks. We are your hosts, Leah and Michelle. We are coming to you May 11th, 2017. It is a Thursday.
And I have my angry eyes on today.
What are your angry eyes?
A friend of mine, a neighbor actually, just shared this with me. There is an organic company, it's called Azure Standard. I have not yet ordered from them, but I have had their catalog and looked through their stuff, and they're pretty awesome. I think I know some people who have ordered from them. You can
as Kansas fires up the leaf blower, you can hear that going.
Okay, so basically, in what their business is that they're a conglomerate where you can get a really discounted organic foods, beauty products, shampoos and things like that. Well, they're also a seed company, and they grow non-GMO organic food. Wow.
Wonderful.
Exactly. This is really important, you guys. The government wants to kill us all, and this is proof.
Proof in the pudding.
So they just got an email that their county wants to make them spray their 2,000 acres of pristine organic. They've been certified organic. They haven't sprayed any chemicals, anything that is going to harm people on their land at all. And the government says, you know what? We want you to get rid of all noxious weeds like morning glories and things like that. And in order to do that, we have to spray your entire 2,000 acres with Roundup. No, no, no. They have been working for years to get this pristine system set up. And yes, you read that right. So what they're asking people to do is to actually write the county, and I want to bring up a part of his message here so you can listen to their outreach and their cry right now. Write the county and say, this is insane.
Does it get any bigger?
Insane.
Hi, this is David Cross. I'm the Director of Marketing for Azure Standard. I just got an email this morning from David Stelzer, who's the CEO of Azure Standard. And if you don't already know, Azure Standard is a large organic farm located in Central Oregon. And we're also the largest independent distributor of organic non-GMO foods here in the United States today. David's email that I got from him just an hour ago is really shocking, and I'm just going to summarize it here, and then we'll put a link to it at the bottom of this video. So one of our organic farms is about 2,000 acres, and it's located in Sherman County in Moro, which is in Central Oregon, not far from our headquarters in Dufur. And at that farm, about 2,000 acres, and we've been certified organic for about 18 years, and we produce most of the wheat, field peas, barley, Einkorn and beef for Azure Standard. Now, Sherman County, that's the county in Oregon that this farm is located in, has recently changed the interpretation of its statutory code for controlling noxious weeds, and they've decided that control is not enough, that they want to eradicate noxious weeds. Now, these are weeds like morning glory, Canada thistle, and whitetop.
Eradicate.
I mentioned that we're an organic farm. We're certified organic and have been for over 18 years. And it's very difficult to actually eradicate noxious weeds through organic methods. We could certainly control them,
yes,
but we cannot eradicate them. And the only way that you could actually eradicate
should you even be forced to eradicate? Do you know what eradicate means? That means like every mole or something is killed. So how would you eradicate?
We're going to be putting them on the endangered weed list.
Some people, you just go outside, there's morning glories. What if they want to eradicate morning glories around everyone's yard?
Some people like morning glories.
Weeds is to use chemicals and herbicides such as Roundup or glyphosate, Milestone and Escort, very toxic and poisonous substances that
California's even had approved a label that it causes cancer, glyphosate.
Absolutely.
are never used in organic production or agriculture.
Never.
Anyway, what we're faced with here is that we may soon get a court order from Sherman County in Oregon telling us that we have to have our 2,000 acres of organic fields sprayed with this muck, this poisonous muck, to eradicate these noxious weeds. There's a court hearing in Sherman County on May the 22nd, and what we'd like you to do is to write to the court, preferably by May the 17th, either email them or call them. I'll give you the details in just a second, and express your concern about this. Concern is such a mild word. When I got this email from David today, I was really sick of it. And what Sherman County has decided to do, in its far-reaching wisdom, is to actually force Azure Standard, Azure Farms, by court order, to have 2,000 acres of organic land sprayed with these toxic and noxious and repugnant
Thus
chemicals
making it
and
non-organic.
herbicides such as
Exactly.
Milestone, Escort, and Roundup. And you only have to check on the internet anywhere, any reliable source about.
So I'm going to get to
these,
the end here. I want you to hear what his suggestions on how you
for
can help. Here,
the
right
fact
here.
that a government agency, and
This is the email.
And we will link to this.
Yeah.
a minor one at that, can come in and can, in a very forceful way, trespass and poison an entire farm, an organic farm. Express your voice. Share
Yes.
your concerns. Share this with your friends. Share it on your Facebook page. Copy a link and email it to your friends. Write to your local newspaper. Inform your local senator. Whatever you need to do to make this happen.
Go ahead.
Well, the thing that's really hit me here is I'm not very familiar with this specific county in Oregon, but I do know that counties aren't that big. And I can guarantee you that their 2,000 acre organic farm is huge there. And so this
everyone
entire
knows who
new
they are.
re-looking at this law is specifically going after
Right.
Azure Farms. This is not we're doing this and then everybody has to comply, and it just so happens is going to affect
No,
this
no, no, no,
organic
no.
farm. There's an agenda. There is somebody that has it out for organic farms, and it's usually big ag. It's usually
Monsanto hires people online, trolls,
What
to
in
go
the
in and
Sorry.
to go and to spread disinformation
Right.
on sites. And Monsanto, if you don't understand, Monsanto, I call them the devil. They are Monsatan.
Yes, they
Last
are.
time we went to Farm to Consumer Legal Defense Fund conference, we all call them Monsatan.
Monsatan.
Why? Because they're you don't imagine that people sit in a room to ruin people, to kill people, to take over the world and not care about anyone. Monsanto and Monsanto's GMO seeds, if for any other reason than the fact that their CEOs are big, fat, giant millionaires they don't care that people in India are killing themselves, farmers, because we're going to give you these cheap seeds, and then they jack up the price. They can't afford the price of seeds. You're not allowed to save seeds. Monsanto is Monsatan. What they've done in Iraq, what they've done in India, wherever Monsanto goes, they ruin people's lives. And Monsanto and Roundup and glyphosate, that's just one
They're
big
all
giant.
one in the same.
And Monsanto wants to join with Bayer, and all they want to do is kill people. Bayer came out of the people who gassed people in World War II. They killed the Jews, happy to kill it, and they're happy to kill you. I mean, these are the derivatives of Agent Orange, people. Do you not understand?
Speaking of agents, okay, this is Agenda 21, basic info. Depopulation, okay? Now, listen, I have a beef to pick with any of our viewers that would say, you know what, I really do kind of feel like there's too many people in this world. That is the first step towards this agenda here that they are implementing and they are doing to depopulate the world. They're not doing it through people just saying, you know what, we just shouldn't be having that many kids. That's what a lot of people think. Just choose, instead of having 3 kids, you have 2 kids or whatever. Just don't have any kids. That is not what they are doing. They are poisoning people. They are making us sick. They have an agenda. They are implementing it and they are doing it.
They are sucking the life right out of your blood.
Patriots.
Vampires.
Gallery.
Oh.
It just seems like America's like the woman whose husband has an affair on her. She's the last one to know. Because
Yeah.
our media is so propagandized. It's like every country in the world
Everybody else knows that
and they've all
is doing
taken
this.
Monsanto to court, and they've all kicked Monsanto out of the
Even in
country.
Europe, they're kicking Monsanto out.
I mean, we're
Right.
like the last ones to
Russia
know.
was one of the first ones to do it, and that's one of the reasons why
Russia
Leah and I
wants to
can
be
get
like
behind.
the #1 organic producing
Right.
exporter in the world.
Yeah, here's the thing. I just don't know that there are. I don't know if all of our viewers have been awakened to
Red-pilled.
this. Okay, have been red-pilled to this agenda. Okay, here's the thing. Hillary Clinton is pro Monsanto. Ted Cruz is pro Monsanto. Okay, it is so deep and ingrained into these people. All right, across the aisle, and it is evil, and it must stop.
Word out, most farmers in America are Republicans. and we know several of them are our dear, dear, dear friends.
Right. And we're talking big ag here too.
These are big ag in America.
They were forced to use them.
We need a revolution because they were forced to use these seeds, and they are pretty much all over America now. You can't get out. I
Right.
mean, we have found sources for non-GMO seeds. However, just really support Azure Farms. Do what you can. Email Sherman County today. Tell them to stop from spraying the 2,000-acre farm with herbicides. And
I wanted to pull up something really quickly, and I had to actually steal Leah's phone because I reset mine. Because a friend of ours had sent us this quote from one of the books that she's reading that's similar to Joel Salatin, and I just wanted to kind of reiterate a little bit of what it said. Yeah, but I don't know your phone, and I'm having trouble.
Give it to me.
It's hard
Don't
when you have
bring up.
somebody
That's
else's.
the wrong messages you
I'm
put
so
on that
sorry.
one. Always.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, our friend is reading this really neat book on against big ag and just normal
I think
living.
the last name of the author is Logsden.
Here, you wanted to read it. You read it.
All right, so it says, such rugged individualism might have had some logic in the past when there were still a considerable number of farmers too lazy, or too wise, to push for the highest possible yield. People who would rather have a woodland to walk in and some good hunting cover on the back 40 than win the county award for top corn yield. With such farmers around, the aggressive type A's could overproduce without causing a nationwide glut. But the easygoing, inefficient farmers are mostly all gone away now. Every acre a tractor won't fall off of is operated by a gung-ho farmer tiger with a banker on his tail, in front of whom he must make his yearly oath of obeisance. I do hereby solemnly promise to do everything in my power to raise more corn and soybeans than I did last year, no matter how much it costs me, so that I might enrich my bankers, my agribusiness suppliers, my government advisors, my farm magazines, and hopefully myself while I claw my neighbor's eyes out.
Exactly. Right now, farmers today aren't your leisurely farmers who have diversified crops, and they have
enjoy
they do
life,
corn. In
for one
America,
thing.
farming is not farming anymore. It is
Right.
corn and soybean on a tractor, and it's killing us and it's killing each other.
Right. I don't really need to read the other one, but I'm going to anyway because it was so good. Let's see. Children were always about fishing, swimming, working, laying out baseball diamonds in cow pastures, once again a new rural community. It is not the same, but the differences are mostly to the good, I think. The old isolation is gone, the old innocence. The lifestyle appears suburbanish and is to some extent, but the talk at gatherings is invariably of country matters, and the moral stance inveterately on the side of conservative rural virtue. If a vigorous rural society is one of the strengths of a nation, it just may be about to flourish again, and it won't be the result of government subsidy, church project, or educational program, but in spite of them.
Right. We have a love affair with economics, and every time you turn on the news, it's how's the economy doing, not how are people doing,
Right.
how's the health doing, how's the environment doing, and
How's the kids? How's the
how are
family?
kids doing,
Yeah.
how's the family doing. It's how the economy doing, and people judge the health of a country by their economy, and that is wrong because sometimes the best trade is made without money, without GDP going up and down. If I hear another GDP, I just want to bang my head up against the wall because I don't care about GDP. I care about people. We're about people here. We're about the dignity of individuals and the ability to walk with your dad at night taking a stroll under the stars, or something like that, and children being out playing and walking in the woods.
Instead of on their digital devices 24 hours a day.
Yeah, we used to go out and just hike in the woods. That was my favorite thing to do as a kid, but now everything is about productivity, economics, and that's where I differ with socialists and progressives, because they are so obsessed with being workers and getting a higher wage. And I want to say to you, please stop the madness. You are a mouse running on a treadmill asking for more cheese, and I want you to get off of the treadmill,
out of the cage,
and just start running and stop being in the cage. You want to be free.
Free as the wind.
Well, that's why we're not necessarily conservative.
Come on,
we're
people,
more
go with me.
Libertarians, because we believe in the dignity of every single human life.
A dignified lifestyle.
I am never going to call you a worker. I'm
Right.
never going to call you a laborer. I don't really believe in unions because I believe in the essence of mankind, right? And if you have to, and if you work for someone, because not everybody can run all their businesses by themselves, then that person
should be treated with respect and dignity as well.
Exactly. Like a man who's running a ranch and he's got cow hands and he treats them well and he pays them a decent wage. I was just looking at wages and how a man in the 1950s or 60s was paid considerably more than a man today because
he was paid a living wage because it was known that he needed to provide for his family.
Right, and so
that's why it was called a living wage.
And so now people are so concerned with more money and all these different things, and we really need to wrap this up.
No, I do want to wrap this up, and to end it, a lot of people don't understand what it does to a field or to a biome, as it were, when you spray that Roundup. It has taken them 18 years to have a productive community of organics.
You don't understand. There are millions of
everything.
microorganisms in your soil. I mean, you spray Roundup, please, everyone stop. And dandelions, the bees need dandelions. They're the first flower that
we
comes
should
out.
not have a single resistance chicks viewer that uses Roundup.
And don't kill the dandelions, you guys. The dandelions and the clover and the things that you think are weeds are what keep the bees alive. Flowers don't start to come out until May and June. But the bees, they need those fresh spring flowers.
Right.
God had a plan, and we're messing with the plan, and we're killing the bees. Stop killing the bees.
She means it.
Okay.
All right. So, on that note, and we could talk about this for years probably.
We will. We keep bees. Stop killing the bees.
That's right, guys. I had a friend of ours, and she's a very, very dear friend of ours. She's like, dude, I'm totally using the Roundup. And I was like,
Stop killing.
All right, so you guys, this is Leah Michelle signing off for Resistance Chicks, where it is not just a conspiracy theory. If it's the truth, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Mass Faith 3 and Resistance Chicks. Ring that bell for notifications. Find us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. We love you. God loves you.
Right, Sherman County in Oregon.
And yes,
Save Azure Standard.
Yes, and we'll have a link there.
Boom.
I was cold all alone. No place for home every day. So afraid, but you called my name.